Remember Tord, that Eddsworld guy with the red hoodie? Yeah, that's the one. Tord was a character that many fans of the show grew to love. He had this mysterious aura about him, always up to something, always with a plan. He was the kind of character that kept you guessing, and that's what made him so intriguing. Yeah, he left the show. It was a shock to everyone. One day he was there, the next he was gone. Just like that. Poof! It left a void that was hard to fill. Fans were left wondering what happened, why he left, and what it meant for the future of Eddsworld. It was a sad day, for some. Tord had a loyal fan base who were devastated by his departure. They had grown attached to his quirky personality and his unpredictable antics. It felt like losing a friend. The forums were flooded with messages of disbelief and sorrow. People shared their favorite Tord moments, reminiscing about the good times. Others were all like, finally! Not everyone was a fan of Tord. Some viewers found his character to be too chaotic, too unpredictable. They felt that his departure would bring a sense of stability to the show. They were ready for a new chapter, one without Tord's constant scheming and plotting. Just kidding, it was a big deal. Tord's departure was a major turning point for Eddsworld. It wasn't just about losing a character, it was about losing a part of the show's identity. Tord had been a mainstay, a core part of the group. His absence was felt deeply by both the characters and the fans. Tord was a main character. He wasn't just a sidekick or a background figure. He was integral to the storylines, often driving the plot with his wild ideas and schemes. His interactions with the other characters were always a highlight, bringing a unique dynamic to the group. He liked guns. And communism? Tord was a complex character with a lot of layers. His fascination with guns and his ambiguous political views added to his mystique. It was hard to pin him down, and that's what made him so compelling. You never knew what he was going to do next. Hard to say with him. Tord was an enigma. His motivations were often unclear, and his actions unpredictable. This made him a fascinating character to watch, but also a challenging one to understand. Fans were constantly debating his true intentions and what made him tick. But seriously, fans were shocked. The news of Tord's departure spread like wildfire. Social media was abuzz with reactions, theories, and speculations. People couldn't believe it. How could Eddsworld continue without one of its key characters? The uncertainty was palpable. Where would the show go? This was the big question on everyone's mind. Tord had been such a central figure that his absence left a gaping hole. Fans were anxious to see how the creators would handle this transition. Would they introduce a new character? Would they change the direction of the show? Would it survive? The stakes were high. Eddsworld had a dedicated fan base, but losing a main character was a risky move. There was a real fear that the show might not be able to recover. The creators had to tread carefully to ensure that they didn't alienate their audience. Turns out, sometimes change is good. Despite the initial shock and uncertainty, Eddsworld managed to adapt and evolve. The show continued to entertain and engage its audience. New storylines emerged, and the remaining characters had a chance to shine in new ways. Like when you get a new flavor of cola. Change can be scary, but it can also be refreshing. It's like trying a new flavor of cola. At first you're not sure if you'll like it, but then you realize it's not so bad. It's different, but it's still good. Okay, maybe not always, but for Eddsworld, the change turned out to be a positive one. The show found new ways to keep its audience engaged and entertained. The departure of Tord, while initially a blow, opened up new opportunities for storytelling and character development. It was like finding a $20 bill in your pocket. Unexpected and delightful. The show's ability to bounce back and continue to thrive was a pleasant surprise for many fans. It was a testament to the creativity and resilience of the creators. Except instead of money, it was comedy gold. Eddsworld continued to deliver the humor and entertainment that fans had come to love. The show's unique brand of comedy remained intact, and in some ways, it even got better. The departure of Tord allowed for new comedic opportunities and fresh perspectives. With Tord gone, Edd had more control. It was a new era for Eddsworld, one where Edd could finally steer the ship in the direction he always dreamed of. The departure of Tord, while bittersweet, opened up a world of possibilities. Edd was no longer bound by the constraints of the past. He had the freedom to explore new horizons, to push the boundaries of creativity, and to take risks that he might have shied away from before. This newfound autonomy was both exhilarating and daunting, but Edd was ready to embrace the challenge. He was the captain now. With the captain's hat firmly on his head, Edd felt a surge of confidence. He was at the helm of his own destiny, ready to navigate the uncharted waters of his imagination. The possibilities were endless, and Edd was determined to make the most of this opportunity. He knew that with great power came great responsibility, but he was more than prepared to rise to the occasion. The world of Eddsworld was his oyster, and he was ready to dive in and explore its depths. Edd's vision for the show was clear. He wanted to create something that was not only entertaining but also thought-provoking. He wanted to challenge his audience, to make them think, laugh, and maybe even cry. He wanted to create a world that was rich with characters, stories, and adventures. And he was ready to do whatever it took to make that vision a reality. And this captain liked to experiment. New characters, crazy stories. Edd was like a mad scientist, constantly tinkering with new ideas and concepts. He was always on the lookout for inspiration, whether it was from a random conversation, a funny incident, or a bizarre dream. He had a notebook filled with sketches, notes, and ideas, and he was always adding to it. He loved the process of creation, the thrill of bringing something new to life, and he was always eager to share his creations with the world. It was like Edd had unlocked a cheat code for creativity. With each new idea, he felt a rush of excitement. He was constantly pushing the boundaries, experimenting with different styles, genres, and formats. He was not afraid to take risks, to try something new and different. And his audience loved it. They were always eager to see what Edd would come up with next. They loved the unpredictability, the sense of adventure, the feeling that anything could happen. Before the show had a formula, it was predictable, safe, and comfortable. But Edd was not content with that. He wanted to shake things up, to break the mold, to create something that was truly unique. He wanted to surprise his audience, to keep them on their toes, to make them wonder what would happen next. And he was willing to do whatever it took to make that happen, which was fine, like a plain burger. It was satisfying, it got the job done, but it was not particularly exciting. It was safe, predictable, and a little bit boring. But Edd wanted more. He wanted to create something that was bursting with flavor, something that would leave a lasting impression, something that people would talk about long after they had finished watching. But now it was a double bacon cheeseburger with extra pickles and a side of onion rings. It was bold, daring, and absolutely delicious. It was everything that Edd wanted the show to be. It was a feast for the senses, a roller coaster ride of emotions, a wild and crazy adventure that left you wanting more. And Edd was just getting started. Sorry, got distracted, but you get the point. Edd was on a mission to create something truly special, something that would stand the test of time, something that would be remembered for years to come, and he was not going to let anything stand in his way. The point is, Edd could go wild. He had the freedom to explore, to experiment, to take risks. He could let his imagination run wild, and he did. He created episodes that were funny, touching, bizarre, and everything in between. He was not afraid to push the boundaries, to challenge the status quo, to create something that was truly unique. He could make episodes about anything. There were no limits, no rules, no boundaries. If he could dream it, he could create it. And he did. He created episodes about everything from time travel to alien invasions to giant rubber ducks. He was always looking for new and exciting ideas, always pushing the envelope, always striving to create something that was truly original. Like, I don't know, a giant rubber duck attacking London. It was crazy, it was unexpected, it was pure Edd. He loved to surprise his audience, to keep them guessing, to make them wonder what he would come up with next. And they loved him for it. Wait, that actually happened? See? Edd was on fire. He was constantly coming up with new and exciting ideas, constantly pushing the boundaries, constantly creating something that was truly unique. He was a creative force to be reckoned with, and he was just getting started. Edd was on a roll, and there was no stopping him. He was determined to make Eddsworld the best it could be, to create something that would be remembered for years to come, and with his boundless creativity, his unwavering determination, and his unrelenting passion, there was no doubt that he would succeed. Edd was truly unchained, and the world was about to see just what he was capable of. Now what about the rest of the gang? Tom, the grumpy one with the blue hoodie? He got even grumpier, which for Tom is a good thing. It's like giving a shark more teeth. Tom became the main source of sarcasm, the king of deadpan. And boy did he deliver. His one-liners were sharper than ever. His songs more angsty, it was beautiful. A show can't survive on just Edd and Tom, right? Enter new characters, like Matt, the lovable narcissist with the purple hoodie. He was like a breath of fresh air, or maybe a whiff of hairspray. Matt brought a whole new dynamic to the show. He was vain, oblivious, and hilarious. Plus, he gave Tom someone new to annoy. It was a match made in comedy heaven. Section 5, Tord who? The fandom remembers. You'd think fans would be upset about Tord leaving, and some were. But for the most part, they embraced the change. Fan art exploded. Theories ran wild. People were writing fanfiction like it was going out of style. Tord's departure became a catalyst for creativity. It was like a big bang of fandom energy. Section 6, Easter eggs and red hoodies, Tord's legacy. Okay, so Tord was gone, but not forgotten. Edd made sure of that. He'd leave little hints. Easter eggs for the fans. A red hoodie here, a Norwegian flag there. It was his way of saying, hey, remember that guy? Yeah, me neither. These little nods kept Tord's spirit alive. It was like he was still part of the show, even when he wasn't. Like a ghost, a friendly communist ghost. Section 7, a show must go on and on and on. Despite the shakeup, Eddsworld kept going. The journey of Eddsworld is a remarkable tale of resilience and creativity. When Ed Gould, the creator, passed away, many thought it would be the end of the beloved series. But the team and the fans had other plans. They rallied together, determined to keep Ed's legacy alive. It wasn't just about continuing a show, it was about honoring a friend and a creative genius who had touched so many lives. Stronger than ever, new episodes, new adventures, same old wacky humor. The spirit of Eddsworld was always about fun, laughter, and a bit of chaos. The new episodes brought fresh stories and characters, but they never lost the essence of what made Eddsworld special. The humor remained quirky and the adventures as unpredictable as ever. Fans could still find the same joy and excitement they had come to love. It was a testament to Ed's talent and the dedication of the fans. The community that Ed had built was strong and passionate. They organized tributes, created fan art, and shared their favorite moments from the series. These acts of love and remembrance showed just how much Eddsworld meant to them. It wasn't just a show, it was a part of their lives, a source of comfort and joy. Eddsworld proved that even without a key player, a show could adapt and thrive. The team behind Eddsworld faced numerous challenges, but they never gave up. They adapted to the new circumstances, finding innovative ways to keep the show fresh and engaging. Collaboration and teamwork became the cornerstone of their success. Each member brought their unique talents to the table, ensuring that Eddsworld continued to entertain and inspire. It's like losing a wheel on your car. Okay, bad example. Imagine you're on a road trip and suddenly one of your car's wheels falls off. It seems like a disaster, right? But with the help of friends and a bit of ingenuity, you find a way to keep going. You might have to take a different route or make some adjustments, but the journey continues. That's what happened with Eddsworld. They faced a significant loss, but they found a way to move forward. It's like losing your favorite spatula. Think about your favorite spatula. It's been with you through countless meals, and suddenly it's gone. At first, you're at a loss. How will you cook without it? But then, you find a new spatula. It might be different, but it gets the job done. You adapt, and soon, you can't imagine cooking without it. That's the essence of Eddsworld's journey. They lost something irreplaceable, but they found new ways to keep the spirit alive. You're sad at first, but then you find a new one you like even better. The initial sadness of losing something important is natural, but as time goes on, you discover new possibilities and new joys. The new spatula becomes a part of your routine, and you realize that change, while difficult, can lead to unexpected and wonderful outcomes. Eddsworld's ability to adapt and thrive is a testament to the resilience of its creators and the unwavering support of its fans. The show must go on, and it did, with even more vigor and creativity than before. Section 8. So did Tord make Eddsworld better by leaving? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the answer is, maybe? It's like asking if pineapple belongs on pizza. It's subjective. Tord leaving allowed Eddsworld to evolve. It pushed the boundaries of creativity. It gave us Matt and more Tom. And who doesn't love more Tom? Section 9. In conclusion, it's like Coke without the cola. Still good? So, there you have it. Tord's departure was a turning point for Eddsworld. Was it for the better? You decide, just like you get to decide if you want pineapple on your pizza. But hey, at least we can all agree that Eddsworld is awesome.